Hello, everybody. It's been a while. I've been away. It's Content to Cocktails. Back after a significant break. Last time you saw me, I was in parts foreign. I was in Croatia, and it has been very, very busy since then. But I'm back, and I won't be going away. I'm sorry. You've got me. You've got me now for the duration. So, this is a sort of a soft relaunch as I've been trying to work out what Content to Cocktails looks like. Hello, Scott. How are you doing? I've been meaning to give you a call actually, as I know you messaged me, and I've been really, really pants at getting in touch. So I have been giving a lot of thought as to what this should be, and I just wanted to sort of go live and let you know that I'm not dead, I guess. So obviously seen Andy a few seconds ago. Hello from Plymouth. So yeah, Content to Cocktails is back. I've had a very very busy day actually. In fact, indeed, very busy kind of month and a half since I was last live. It's been 42 days since I did Content to Cocktails, so it feels like a very long time. And sometimes we do sort of I know, you see, this is it. This is the reaction you get. You go away, and then you're back, and people go, "Where have you been? Come back." Or when you come back, at least you say, "Where have you been?" You're not going, "Oh God, it's you." So I'm going to have a cocktail. I'm doing some training at Shelley Shulman's Planapalooza at 8 o'clock. So I'm not going to get too stuck in this evening. I'm just going to have a gin and it, and because it'd be wrong to do Content to Cocktails without the cocktails, because that would just be content, which, whilst very useful, is not what we're after here. But this is sometimes what happens with kind of the world of content creation. You can burnout probably isn't the right word, but there's a sort of content creation exhaustion that can kick in, and that is something that we kind of need to at least be honest with ourselves about, and give ourselves a bit of space and time to sort of recoup. Because I was thinking about it, and I've done 2 years straight almost of Content to Cocktails, and I got back off my retreat in Croatia, which was lovely, really great, very, very, really valuable time spent in a wonderful setting with lots of fabulous people. And got back and went, what am I doing with this? How do I make this enjoyable for myself and enjoyable for everyone watching? And that was quite a big part of the process of being out there and kind of working out what the next steps are. And I think, so you know the truth behind this, Scott, don't you? You know, when you are really in the thick of it, creating video content, it can get to a point where you go, I can't do this anymore, and you need to take a break. So just going to make myself a cheeky little gin and it. So just a measure of Plymouth gin and a measure of red vermouth. There's all sorts of shenanigans going on here. There's like a strong police presence in our street tonight, which is a bit worrying. The street is blocked off either end by police cars, and there's a lot of kind of a lot of grumpy-looking policemen and women strolling up and down the street. I don't think they've found me yet. So I'm obviously, if there's if the door gets broken down, they come and if they come and decide that I'm going to, be carted off for crimes against cocktails, because I'm afraid. I haven't measured this out correctly, and I am using a cheap cocktail cherry, so I can imagine the police could get pretty hot under the collar about that. So cheers, everybody. Hello, Kimber. Andy, there's we do have quite a lot of cowpole in this house, so I know that if they're on the lookout for kind of drugs, they're going to find a lot of cowpole. That's what they're going to find. So yeah, it's been actually, you know what? It's been ages. I say it's been ages. It's been about 42 days since I've had a contact. As I was out in when I was out on this retreat, there was quite a lot of kind of talking into the wee hours with a tipple or two on hand, and I'm doing it all again. Actually, I've decided to re-up, and I'm doing another year of Lisa's mastermind. Karen, that is really interesting. That's exactly what I was feeling throughout the last 6 weeks. Yeah, and you're not alone either. We're not alone. I think quite a lot of people. I don't know whether it's just something about whether we've sort of 2020, 2021. Those of us who've been very active on these platforms have just got to a point and gone, that's it, too much. So I'm kind of really. I'm in reboot mode, actually. So it's been fascinating to sort of hear from other people. So it's really interesting that you've had the same experience. And actually, part of the reason was, I was busy with work, but I couldn't. I was supposed to be going out to Barcelona actually with Danny Wallace's crowd, and Karen was there as well. And I just couldn't. Not only was there work, but I think I'd reached a point of mental exhaustion, and you've got to stop, because I think if you try and push through it, that's when the sort of the bad things happen. Hello, Emma, good to see you. Yeah, refocus and reboot. That's what we do. That's what we're doing. Andy Jacobs, absolutely. Business owners are being overwhelmed with not very important stuff on social media. It's true. There's a lot of guff out there, isn't there? And we have to sort of moderate the input. I think it's and I guess part of it is also me thinking, do I just want to be pumping out content if it's me doing it for the sake of it? So I've taken some time and taken a bit of my own medicine. Actually, I've been doing some serious planning around kind of what I want to be, what I want to be doing, what I want to be achieving with my kind of video content. And I have a very solid plan, which is kind of in the process of being matched up with goals for 2022 and the sort of the ambitions for what we're going to be doing over the coming year. And it feels like there's new sort of purpose and focus, which is great. Yeah, Kimber, it's a really good crowd, and I'm looking forward to sort of building on the work that I've sort of done over 2021, and sort of have been taking stock, I think, of what I've achieved, and looked at it and gone, actually, another year of that will see me where I need to be. And actually, I think it was a planning day down in London. Hello, Mike. Cheers, Mr. Boss. I think we've lots of us have had quite a tricky autumn. Even if everything else, even if business is kind of going successfully, it seems like there's been a lot of stuff in the mix. I did miss a great weekend, Karen, and I looked at it and I was both simultaneously gutted I couldn't come, but looked at it and thought, Lordy, I think I would have been a real party pooper. I think I've got there and I've just gone, I'm really tired, and kind of sort of slowly deflated and just gone to sleep in a corner. and probably not got the best out of it. But I am going. My next retreat is in February, and I'm really hoping that the Omicron variant doesn't, which sounds like a 1970s or 1960s Quatermass episode. The Omicron variant. I'm hoping the Omicron variant doesn't get in the way of my retreat trip to LA, because I'm going mid-February. I'm out in LA on the next retreat, which I'm looking forward to greatly. Really looking forward to. Let's see what I've missed. Hello, Ruth. Lovely to have you here. Cheers. Yes. What am I drinking? I'm drinking a gin and it. So it's just very simple. It's a measure of gin and a measure of red vermouth. And the gin of choice this evening, as you would expect, is the local excellence that is Plymouth Gin. If you are not familiar with Plymouth Gin, I suggest you make yourself familiar with it, because it is a champion amongst gins. I'm not any kind of spokesperson, but I am an enthusiastic amateur. So I like it very much. It does, yeah, it absolutely does, doesn't it? The Omicron variant. You just know we're in trouble when it reaches the omega factor. That's when we're all really, up the creek. Yeah, so it's been a busy old autumn, both in terms of working out ways forward and working out how we take content and cocktails and keep it going, but without it getting sort of too stale, which I think you have to do. You make a fair point, Emma. Yes, first Marmite orange petroleum-free cocktail I've seen you make. It's true. Omega House, yeah, absolutely. Kappa Pi. It is Pigeon. I haven't been on this to the distillery. I've been to the cocktail bar upstairs. Does that count? I don't think it does, but they do a good cocktail there, I can tell you. So yeah, I just wanted to sort of come on and spend a bit of time chewing the fat and seeing how we're all getting on. So video content. I guess the if there is a lesson here, is if you are feeling like you are approaching content creation burnout, preemptively take a break, because the danger you run of kind of, in attempting to potentially push through, I think you run that danger of you run that risk of lowering the quality of your content, of diluting the value of it. And I think in taking a bit of time to sort of stop, consider, and rethink, it's been great, actually, and I sort of know where we're going. Interesting you should say. Oh, sorry, hang on. I would love to see Content Goddess as a podcast. Yeah, well, interesting you should say that. That is that there is a podcast in the offing, but I think that'll be end of Q2 that I'll be sort of getting that done. I've had a sort of conversations over lunch podcast that's sort of been cooking in my head for about 2 years, and I've not quite been able to sort of get all the pieces in place, but I've got, so Q1 of next year is getting the book finished. So we have I suppose this is in answer to your question here, Karen. So we've now sort of focused down on a core of kind of offerings. We've got the retreat will be going to market in January. So that's going to be the Italian content retreat. We've got the membership, which is getting it's sort of in soft reboot mode at the moment. And sorry, I can hear somebody at the door. I think they're just. I wonder if that's the. I think the police are knocking their way down the street, asking questions of people. It's crazy. I don't know why. Excuse me, all. I'm just going to check. Bear with me a second. No, it's just so funny. Just a neighbour knocking on the door. Yeah, so we've got the retreat as one of the core offerings. We've got the membership, we've got Video Academy, and those are the three primary things we're going to be doing. Sort of, I think we've run it, and I've worked out what does and doesn't work now with those, and obviously I've got my book that's being published in May next year now. So that's coming in May, which is great, which is quite exciting. And there's a good chance it'll actually be written by then. So we've got May for that. Then we've also got the really I've got some really exciting collaborations that are coming up, which is really one of the really enjoyable parts of what I do. We're doing a brand video day, a brand video and photography day collaboration with Amanda Hutchinson. So that is going to be amazing. So we are cooking up a fabulous day of kind of filming and photography, working together on that. Also doing a visual brand with visual sort of video branding package with one of my DI colleagues, which is quite exciting. And I'm doing another DI collaboration with a copywriter. So we've got some really exciting things in the pipeline, and I'm in the process of recruiting 2 members of staff. So I'm recruiting an editor, a video editor, and somebody to act as a sort of it's probably going to be a PA in all honesty, because I probably need a sort of. It started out as a sort of VA, but it's become a PA because I need a sort of a real person that I can sort of have sort of doing PA stuff for me and kind of helping me out with the kind of just the day-to-day stuff, because I'm trying to get all the things that I'm a bit pants at, to be honest, off my plate, and bring in people who are kind of have expertise in those areas. But one of the things I have needed is an editor in order to sort of help me get through the volume of work in a sort of a keep the flow of projects running along nicely. Top tier burnout signs, feeling across your business. Yeah, brain fog. Yeah, but I do that anyway. Boom or bust. Yeah, that's it. I mean, good grief. I mean, I've been through that sort of proper burnout before. So I think with me, I know what the warning signs are, having been through the process in quite an unpleasant way a number of years ago, and sort of looking at it, you can sort of identify those moments of danger, and you go, right, could do something about it. I am indeed doing a book with Abby, so also doing a little collaboration with Abby Horn as well. So I'm going to be providing book trailers and book marketing content that wraps around the book launch. I know Abby's out in kind of Mexico at the moment, but she put out her mastermind. Well, not mastermind. Is it mastermind? It's kind of her authors of kind of. I can't remember what she. It's really bad. I can't remember what she's calling it now. It's a really amazing offer that she's put out, and it is something which is kind of of real value to kind of for authors who really have a strong story and a voice they want to get out there. But as part of that, I'm doing a video content package with those people. So I'll know sort of probably in the next couple of weeks how that's kind of gone. But knowing Abby, it'll be full on and super successful, because she is a kind of a machine that generates success and wonderfulness. And I've really loved spending the time getting to know her as part of the DI, the Destination Inspiration Experience. And it was great. She was out in Croatia, and unfortunately, because Lisa Johnson couldn't be there because she got COVID, it sort of fell on Zoe and Abby Horn's shoulders for the last minute, and they were absolutely brilliant. And I had a great time sort of getting to know people better out there. And there were quite a few cocktails. So how are you doing? How's the autumn been treating you? Although we're not really, it's December. First of all, how is it December? I know, logically, obviously, I know the passage of time leads to, but it's like just a moment ago, it was August, and now it's just crazy. I don't really know how it's all sort of developed quite so quickly and got to December. It's going to be, it's going to be the new year before I know it. I have done all my Christmas shopping, which I feel very proud about, which is quite exciting. I think it's the first time ever that we've ever been this, as a family, been this organised. We've got to a stage where we've only got I say all my Christmas, I've just got my parents to get to buy for. So I feel profoundly smug about that, because normally we are doing everything at the last minute, and it is a real kick bollock scramble, and I don't like that, but that's the way it normally rolls out. So tell me what you've got planned. How are things shaping up for next year for everybody? Oof. Burnout probably isn't the right word. I've given into my desire to be a writer, kind of. It's a new thing for me, and I'm not sure where it'll go with it yet. It'll be totally separate. I've been seeing kind of your sort of evolution and sort of, it's really interesting. I think it feels like there's really something there. Well, yes, Carol, you've been flying high. You are actually. So here we are. Carol has a fantastic group, which is just recently launched, which is all about getting working sort of, so entrepreneurs and small business getting working with corporates, and it's a great group to be part of. Thank you. So now, is this Emily or is this Mike I'm talking to? But yes, it was my birthday on the 30th. 44. I don't look a day over 34. I achieved this look about 10 years ago. So I feel if I can hang on to this sort of level of stasis, I'll be all right. Yes, Andy, absolutely. We've yeah, it's been that you are kind of walking a tough road, but doing it with kind of grace and aplomb. So it's great to spend time with you on the Video Academy course, and it's good to see the progress that you're making as well. Thank you, Mike. I've literally known Mike longer. So it's hit this person here. There you go. You can see his cheeky face. I've known Mike longer than anybody else. We were at prenatal classes together. Well, our mothers were, and we sort of spent hours, days, weeks, probably overall at each other's houses when we were kids, and yeah, so here we go. Yeah. I'm not going to tell any of this. So there are plenty of stories to tell, but the thing is that cuts both ways. So I'm going to keep probably quiet. But suffice to say, I've known Mike a long time. It's very good to have you here. Cheers. How am I doing for time? God, it's good. Like I said, I'm delivering a training at 8 o'clock tonight, and which will finish which will be the final leg of an epic 4-hour Zoom marathon. So it's been a long. I absolutely love the fact that I can do my job this way. The majority, sort of most of my time is spent editing or kind of or here on kind of on video calls, and that is so different to how things were 18 months ago. Obviously 2 years, back sort of early 2020, sort of March 2020, everything shifted, all the sort of filming dropped off, and I was sort of starting that work with kind of doing one-to-many with Lisa, starting that journey of taking the ideas in my head and turning them to something which can be delivered online to a more sort of much wider audience. And the pleasure of actually connecting with people here in this way is actually great, because as we all know, running a business can be a pretty lonely affair. Actually, you don't necessarily get to see and speak to many people other than clients, and that's a slightly different different relationship, obviously. But the way that work is delivered now, it feels completely different. I was doing a training for one-to-many last night on video as part of the sort of one-to-many university. For those of you who do or don't know, one-to-many is a fantastic course which I did early 2020 through Lisa Johnson, and is all about finding a way to take all the knowledge that's in your head and turn it into a course that you can sell to lots of people. And it's been hugely successful. It's been great, and because of that, my kind of world has changed. Actually, I've just completed a small video project for Lisa, which was about sort of telling a story about this mastermind I've been part of for the last year, Destination Inspiration. So if you want to sort of seek that out, check it out, have a look. It's a decent little film. But that's also what I've been up to this year. I'm going to wind this up because I'm rambling a bit, and when I start rambling, you're probably getting bored. But just wanted to come on tonight and say I am still around. I am still doing this, and next week will be a proper content and cocktails, rather than a sort of a sort of a low-key, I'm still here kind of content and cocktails. So thank you for being here. Thank you for humoring me, and at least, you know, thank you for being so pleased that I'm back, which is wonderful. So have a good evening, guys, and I will see you next week. Cheerio.